This is Quattro, the magician.
Don't panic, don't panic.
His magic is so powerful that he summoned a windstorm that ruined my very first Renaissance Fair.
Howdy friends, it's Blacksmith Demi today. We are dressed up in our cosplay gear and we're hooping up the Renaissance Fair. I've never been to one before and I'm really stoked to see what's in.
And to be clear, I was extremely excited for this. I went all out with my blacksmith outfit. I ended up making a Fenrir Keyblade. Well, I roleplayed making it at the very least. And I was super excited to bring it out and make things happen. Except the Renaissance Fair actually had a pretty strict rule about weapons unless you were one of the jousters, so I had to leave it at home, unfortunately. It's funny, I was really excited, but I didn't really know what exactly you do at a Renaissance Fair. Like, I've been to a lot of nerdy anime conventions like this video on Momocon, and I enjoy the experience of that because you get to cosplay and see a lot of people, but there's also panels and video games and events. So what exactly is a Renaissance Fair? Well, certainly jousting. That's probably the coolest thing you get to see on actual horses. People are going at it with their lances, and it's really quite cool. But you know, I think even more so than an anime convention, Renaissance fairs are about the vibe, right? It's about being taken back in time, feeling like things are more simple and maybe there's more craftsmanship at play. You get to see such incredible sights. I mean, people are out there using old school stoves, and then not far from that, you've got actual blacksmiths, not just role players like me, who are out there making all sorts of cool weapons that you can purchase and buy. I mean, take a look at some of these. I was particularly a fan of the board games. I love that old weathered vintage style with wood and Mancala cubes. I also really enjoyed seeing all the D20s and satchels. I mean, that's obviously a huge slam dunk for Dungeons & Dragons fans that are coming out here, but I thought it was really cool just to see the artisanship that went into it all. I was personally drawn to these Renaissance scissor daggers. It's exactly what it sounds like. I basically had to purchase it, and in fact, if you in the comments can guess how much money I spent on this, I may give you a little prize. Now, I'm no Ren Fair expert, but I am a Disneyland expert, and if there's one thing these two places have in common, it's that you need to have a turkey leg. Seriously, they're actually delicious. They're not just for show, although they're definitely also for show. So we saw jousting, and there were supposed to be a ton of other shows too, like a Pirates event and Falcons going crazy. Unfortunately, the only show that we really got to see was the aforementioned Quattro the Magician.
I need you to stay. No, don't run. Okay, let's hurry up, I need the gas money. Jesus, I swear, if the lightning hits that pole, you guys better tip me 20 bucks.
Yeah, he was a little lowbrow, but again, this was a very powerful sorcerer because the wind that he summoned in the middle of his show started affecting everything throughout the Renaissance Fair. It's crazy, at a certain point, all of the different staff members came to people saying, hey, we would still be doing this in the rain, but something about the wind and maybe tents flying off and hitting people just started getting people in a frenzy. And yeah, they had to shut down the Renaissance Fair early, which that's kind of crazy. What was really tragic about all of this was that my group of friends and I linked up together at an Airbnb specifically to go to this Renaissance Fair. Some of us drove as far as 2.5 hours to link up with this and have a fun time. We eventually went to IHOP and we tried all of the Sonic the Hedgehog pancakes, which is also a really fun video. We played some board games too with Lego, and we even played a magical potion game that had a lot of Renaissance Fair vibes to it. But it really wasn't the same thing, was it? Curse you, Quattro! Well, in the famous words of Leroy Jenkins, at least I had chicken. And in the not-so-famous words of Scoutmaster Demi, at least I had turkey.
And see you next week, Scouts.